Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm at the Grand Golf Club in San Diego with Shawn COX. Hey Shawn, how's it going?
Nice to see you.
Shawn is a PGA pro and a guy that I met down at a golf event in San Diego. What was that? Was at
Goat Hill.
Yeah,
the Goat Hill. It was where the Xander gold medalist Xander Schauffele, and Charlie Hoffman, Jeff Ogilvy, and I think Mike Weir might have been the fourth. And it was raise money for junior golf.
Yeah. So I saw him and we started talking, and he said, "I've got to show you my app." And this was about 3.5 years, maybe 3 years ago.
Yep.
I got to show you my app I'm working on. The app is out finally, and I've been using it for the last month and a half or so, and I really like it. And it really kind of comes down to the issue of a lot of people complain, Shawn, that like, man, I hit it so good on the range, but then I don't carry it over to the course. Do you think it's the problem of how they're playing on the course, or is it the problem of how they're practicing on the range?
It's basically, you need to combine. You got to do some block practice. Put down an alignment rod, work on your swing. But at some point you have to turn that off. And you have to go and practice to targets, like you would on the golf course. The problem is when you don't practice to targets, and somebody say, well, I've got my 7-iron, I'm going to hit to that target for 20 straight shots. Well, the problem with that is after the first or second shot, your brain basically turns off, because now you're not going through the process of evaluating the wind or the lie or the, what shape of shot I'm going to hit. And
your level of engagement after you've hit to that target once or twice is
just goes down. And then here's the other part. Now you get used to hitting it pretty good because your 7-iron, multiple times you can kind of get in a groove. Then you get to the golf course and the 7-iron doesn't go just as good as it did on the driving range, and now you panic. Now you're out on the golf course going, oh my gosh, now I got to fix this or this. Well, if I only give you one shot at that 7-iron, and then we turn around on the next shot and you got to hit a different club to a different target, you're going to have to get over that bad shot. And now you're going to have to refocus on the next shot. And that's something that people don't do. They don't change clubs. It's not only changing the target, it's changing the club. As you know, every club in our bag is a different length. Just adjusting to the length of the clubs is, makes your brain work. It just all depends on how much time you have. I mean, if you only got 20 minutes to go tee off, it might be 80% random because you're going to go play golf. Why not just get the system ready? You know, if it's a 2-hour practice session, then I would probably break it up where obviously we have to practice our short game as well, but I'd probably do 25, 30 minutes and then go do random for 25 or 30 minutes and then come back and do it again. And what do the best players in the world do? After they finish a round, if something wasn't right, where do they go? To the bar or to the range?
To the range.
To the range. So what if you broke it up and you did blocked, then you did some random, and then what you learned by doing random, you went and worked on it for 25 minutes and you worked blocked again to try to fix something, and then try random again. That's kind of like what a pro would do by going out and playing in a tournament and then coming back to the range.
So tell us about your app. So your app not only will put out random numbers, random number generator kind of thing, but it will give you a visual of what to do. So tell us what it does.
So couple things happened. Number one, I was fortunate that I'm very close with Greg Rose and Dave Phillips, and I was up with TPI and I got to meet a guy named Dick Schmidt. Dick Schmidt has since passed away, but he was at UCLA. He's a world-renowned leader in motor learning. So he's done studies on blocked versus random and how does it transfer to a sporting event, to golf, to all these different events. So there's science behind this. That was factor number one. Second factor was, nobody's practicing it correctly. Nobody's going through their bag. I've seen that through 25 years of giving lessons. But the last one, which was key, is I heard this story that Rory McIlroy's caddy was basically using a randomizer, and he would say 155 back right pin. So Rory had to visualize a back right pin. Well, I'm like, I can make an app with pictures of golf holes where it's obvious where you need to aim because of where the trouble is in the app or in the picture. And so I'm like, let's do it. Now, the last piece, which I think makes this different than just going on and trying to download some free randomizer, is it puts your driver in there every 3 to 5 shots, and then it actually has what's called a narrow tee shot. Well, randomizer isn't going to pop a driver in. And so it's real simulated real golf. So we've got 3 modes. One's called random golf, and it kind of sets the max at your 3 wood distance and the minimum at 50, and it goes through. That one is really good if you have a launch monitor, because if it says 176 yards, you know, you can look at your launch monitor and you can see whether or not you hit 176 yards, and then you can rate the shot. The other one is select your range. Let's say your coach says, let's work on 50 to 100. You can just get random pictures from 50 to 100. But the most brilliant part is anybody, no launch monitor, is called today's targets. And what you do is you take your rangefinder and you shoot the targets on your driving range. You could be at a range that has, you know, 10 targets. You could be at a range that only has 3 or 4. You put those actual yardages into the app, and now you can use those poles or those flags as an actual target, but then you're using our visual in the picture to decide, do I need to be left? Do I need to be short, if anything? Do I need to be long, if anything?
An actual golf shot,
Yeah, exactly. And then it's going to throw in your driver again into the formula. So now,
let's do it. I think the best way to show it is to do it.
So I put in the 7 targets. We got 82, 123, 150, 184, 179, 215, 138, and we're going to use our library. You can also choose to input your own photos. So you could have your own library of holes and use your library, or you can use ours. So first target is 138, which is that green flag over there. Now look at the visual. Torrey Pines.
I saw this.
Number 3, pins on the left. That's trouble over there. That's penalty strokes.
You cannot go left.
Okay, so where do you want to be?
Well, be a good caddy for me. Don't tell me where the bad shot is. Tell me where the good shot is.
So you want to be right of this flag.
Okay,
So we're going green.
Green
flag over here, which is kind of similar to what's actually appearing on the range there.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I just have to imagine that there's that little sliver on the left. Lots of room on the right. A little bunker there like there is. Okay, and then try to do my routine here. Because how many times do you see somebody do their full pre-shot routine when they're on the range?
Never.
Never, yeah. Try to get good alignment here. Okay, it's going a little left. Is it going to stay on the green? I think I'd be on the fringe kicking into the rough. Based off of that picture. I hit the exact distance I wanted to hit, but it was a little left. Yeah.
So
probably chipping.
So now what's cool about it is you can turn this on or off, but you can rate your shot from 1 to 5 stars. So what would you give that shot? How many stars?
You know, if I was just on the range, I would give it like a 4, because the impact was good, the distance was good. But for that shot, I give it 2.
Okay, so now I hit 2 stars. That's being recorded into his journal. So now for the week, for the month, for the year, he can go and see distance-wise, how does he rate star-wise depending on the distance of the shots. And so now you could show your coach or yourself
like I'm
and say,
trouble in this range.
100 to 150, I'm averaging 3 stars, but 150 to 200, I'm averaging 4 stars. So I need to work on that particular range of shots. So the next target we have is 123.
Yeah, let's see the picture here.
Okay,
also another downhill one, 123, which is which color?
It's the blue one right there.
Let me see. Downhill, green to work with, so I'm going to fly it in, even though it's downhill, I'm going to try to fly it in a little low. It's in a back pin, 123. I'm just going to use the same club. And this will be fine here. So I'm going to fly it in a little low, and I'm going to do this. I've been recently thinking about that one shot Phil hit on the back 9 at the PGA Championship, the low pitching wedge that drew.
That's
so
nice.
That's kind of what I'm going to try to do here. Okay, there.
Okay, great shot.
Yeah.
Now, it's probably 25 feet from the pin, but it's in the right spot, because if you look at the picture again, you didn't really want to be left. You're about 25 feet, you're pin high, and you've got a birdie putt. Definitely walking away, not making bogey here.
You're right. So I give it 4 stars for that situation.
Okay.
I'm not.
Beautiful. Okay, so now we have 179. And so 179 is the blue flag on the right. Now,
let's see the picture. Okay, so same thing. This is great for me because I always fear going left, so I cannot go left here. I mean, it's not the end of the world. There's more room than there was on the Torrey Pines one.
Yep.
But actually short right would be really good. So I'm gonna aim, there's a ball there, short right, that I'm gonna.
Okay.
I pulled it. I mean, it's actually on for there because I could possibly have kicked down to the right and been okay. So I give it 3 stars.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're on to, we have another target here?
Yeah.
Okay, 184.
Yep. So now,
which flag?
It's the yellow flag out there, but here's the nice part. Now you can miss a little left if you want to.
Yeah, I can. Which one? The
big tall yellow.
Okay, yeah. What course is that? Is that Torrey Pines as well?
That is up in, that's up in the Monterey Peninsula.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, I hit a clanker. That's a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really, let me see the picture again before you go to the next one.
Yeah.
I just want to see where I would be. I'm pretty bad.
Okay, so now, here's the great part.
Mm-hmm.
You got to recover from that. You know, you don't get to hit like 10 more to figure it
Okay.
out. Because if you're on the golf course, you got to play it, right?
Yeah, it's part of the acceptance and the post-shot routine.
Yeah, huh? So now we have 150, which is the red flag.
Okay.
We've got a little island green where pins right here on the right. Okay, so you can't be short. So you got to get at 150, but you probably need to be a little left of the flag.
Oh, see, I had 9 iron, but it's a 150 kind of minimum.
Yeah.
Isn't it? All right, 150 to the red flag.
Yep.
A little left is okay, but it's just got to be pin high.
Yes.
Oh, there's a golf shot finally, if it sits. Oh, it's great. All right, there's a 5-star. You'll give me 5 stars on that one, Shawn?
I will.
All right, good. Okay, let's do 2 more.
Okay.
So now, I at least get to a driver. Oh, we got a driver. Cool.
Yep. So, you can visualize on here if you can cut that corner, so to speak, but it sure looks like a fade shot to me.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
All right, so I'm trying to hit a fade. We're way uphill, so it's going to be like mid-flighted.
So pick out something and say, like, see the black post down there?
Not yet. Hold on. Left post.
Yeah, that'd be like your left rough. You know?
Yeah.
And then now you have something to go off of to visualize
and
that.
this tree would be like just to the right of the of the red flag. Okay.
Yeah.
Then do a little rehearsal to match my visual, a field to match the visual. Keep cutting. It's trying to cut.
You're long.
Oh, I hit it to your guys there almost.
Yeah, that was a great. So
I would be in that corner there. So I would have extended the hole, made it longer, but it would have been in an okay spot.
Yep.
Just not great. And so I'd give that a 3.
Okay. Perfect.
That's cool. Let's do one more because this is so 215 because I like
215 is the red one in the distance.
Okay.
And so, looks to me you could miss a little short and right.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely could be long left too because of the shape of the green.
Yeah.
So your shot shape kind of works. I would probably, play your little draw.
Yep.
Aim a couple yards right of it and play your little draw.
And this is like a par 3, so I'll tee it up a little bit.
The cool part is the pictures in the app are all different styles of golf course. You had trees on one hole. This is more desert style. Boy, that's good. Be the ball. Beautiful.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
There's a 4.
There you go.
Cool. I can tell just like, because I have been using it, but, obviously from doing the channel and everything, I get a lot of golf thoughts. But it helps me kind of like Hogan would say, like separate like the stuff that's good on the range is different than the stuff that's good on the course, and the stuff that's good on the course is also different than the stuff that's good under pressure in a tournament or something like that.
Right.
So it gets you to start separating. Like I can tell, like for me, like there's certain feelings that I like on the range that don't really work very well when I get on the course.
Right.
Like, for me, like this little pulling feeling is like, no, I need to really get moving. If I start freezing, that's when the pull happens.
Right.
So that's really, I think, where some deep learning can happen with the app. So it's cool.
Yeah, and you know, you got your different clubs on every shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you know the whole star concept. You can turn that off or on, but
Yeah.
it's consequence.
Can we see a recap of the stars that I did so far?
Yeah. So
it's going to mix in with all of your practice. Huh?
yeah, because this one's my phone. But see the statistics. Then it shows you
Cool.
where you are at the different distances for the month, for the year, and then also in the journal you can actually put in your notes on your swing.
Yeah,
so
cool.
we have a journal.
Oh, so like that thing I just said, like I got to keep moving. That'd be one thing that I would write.
Yeah. You put the notes in there. What'd you learn today? Mm-hmm. And then here you can create a shot. So I can go here and I can choose from my library and I can start putting in shots from my library into there. These are some that I had put in.
And you tell it like, what is the yardage of this shot?
Yeah. Is it a close shot, a drive, an arrow tee shot, a long? And so 3 modes: random golf, today's target, select your range.
Cool.
And you know, it's just everybody in our industry has always talked about getting our students to practice to targets.
Yeah, practice like you play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not doing a great job as instructors. You know, we're doing a great job of teaching people how to swing the club. You know, and I know there's places like in Florida where they've got a range set up with all these different targets, and you go to stations and you practice like it's like more game-like.
Yeah.
But I played athletics all my life. The one thing that golf kind of, you know, basically a practice round is like a scrimmage.
Yeah.
But see, in football, you'd scrimmage. Then you'd be able to tell who the all-stars are and who were going to play well in the games, and then the coach knew who to start at quarterback or who to start at running back or wherever. Basketball, the same thing. We go play 5-on-5 at the local gym and we play basketball and we can tell who the great player is. Mm-hmm. Golf, we have a hard time telling when somebody just keeps hitting the same club over and over.
Yeah.
How are they going to perform on the golf course?
Yeah.
Well, now you as a coach, you as a teacher, you can put your kids or your adult students through this, and then you can get a better idea. Like I learned a lot about you, what your misses were here, what you may need to work on. And now as your coach, I could help you figure out why that ball's going left, because under pressure, you might have had a tendency to go left. If I would just see you hitting the same club over and over, you're in a groove, I may not learn that.
Yep.
You know.
So so tell us how can people get to it?
You just go to the App Store and you put in Random Golf Practice and you download it. It's free for the first month, and then after that, it's a yearly fee of $30.
Great.
So basically, I mean, your handicap going down, is that worth $30? Of course it is.
The price of 2 buckets. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. You guys, and if people want to talk to you or contact you about working together, how can they get in contact with Shawn?
Just email me at ShawnCoxPGA@gmail.com.
Great.
And they can get a hold of me.
We're going to do some other videos with Shawn. He's got a pretty cool setup up here where he gets people a lot more athletic before they start hitting golf balls to make them better. So you're going to want to see that. So click the subscribe button. See you later. Bye.